The 13th Parliament, it's called the third session, is set to increase the governor's term limit, the MCA's term limit, the president's term limit, the MP's term limit. That is what I am just receiving here. And as I am just displaying the Constitution Act in our screen, allow me to read something down there. There is something profoundly absurd about the current political dispensation in Kenya. Just because an impeachment motion against the deputy president passed in both the Senate and the National Assembly does not mean Kenyans are so naive as to accept anything handed down to them. As we are still proceeding, the interesting part of this is that it is utterly appalling that Parliament cannot prioritize crucial bills that will directly improve the lives of ordinary Kenyans. Yet it has all the time and latitude to pursue self-serving agendas like extending the term of president, governor, MP, MCA, and all elected leaders from 5 years to 7 years. Creating the office of the Prime Minister to be appointed from among Parliament's members. These proportions serve nothing. The critical issues affecting the average Kenyan are left unaddressed. Our leaders must be reminded that power is not their entitlement. It is a responsibility bestowed by the people and for the people. So that is what William Ruto's administration seems to have. I talked about constitutional violation, and it seems that is what they are now doing, those who are in power. They want to increase that term limit. If you are an MCA, you are going for 7 years. If you are a president, you are going for 7 years. If you are a governor, you are going for 7 years. To make it worse, if this person is incompetent, how are you going to work or to cope up with an MCA who cannot deliver his promises? How are you going to work with the president who cannot deliver his promises? How are you going to work with the governor who is just standing on top of vehicles and saying nothing, not coming with a clear agenda, not coming with a vision and dream to the people of the county? Are we not failing as Kenyans? We have rushed into leadership extension, but we never think of or thought of how can we make this our country to develop even in some years coming, Vision 2030, God willing. I want to remind our leaders from the presidency up to the MCAs that there is no permanent leadership in this world. Leadership will come and go. We have seen several people. By the way, a good example is Museveni. Museveni's leadership is now fluctuating. It is no longer worthless. It is now worthless to the people of Uganda. If Museveni be given a chance as the president of Uganda again, then they should expect him doing nothing to them. The same way, that is what happened. Our forefathers were not mad to say that any leader in this country to work for 5 years enough, because they know when it is extended, leaders are going to be reluctant and they are not going to deliver what they have for what they had for Kenyans. Why is it that this Ruto's administration is having leadership interest more rather than not concentrating to deliver their promises to the people? If they go to church, they worship the same God. Some of them even preaching the Bible. Some of them are even standing in public and giving us word of wisdom. Then you wonder and ask yourself, what is really happening with our leaders? They only speak, but they don't follow their words. Today they have intention just to extend their term limit for beneficiaries. Because we don't have opposition. I heard that it is Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua are the ones in opposition. But we must ask ourselves, even if they are in opposition, is a Kenya banana country where any leader is waking up very early in the morning and having interest just to increase his term limit? That is their intention, and that is what they are doing. This 13th parliament, or the third session which is going to happen in the parliament, they will ensure that they violated this constitution and they increase their term limit, because Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment was successfully done and they have confirmed that. So there is nowhere to hide but just to accept the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your conclusions? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Bye bye, and let's meet on another political discussion.